Do you have a specific gift that you are here to bring at this time on this planet? And that gift, just like you, is incredibly precious.
Hello and welcome back to Remember Why You're Here, a podcast for seekers and sensitives where you can relax, receive, reconnect to yourself, and remember the most important thing of all, why you're here. In today's episode, I wanted to talk about something that is frankly really fun and I have seen to be incredibly helpful for folks, and that is your Earth Healing Archetype. So this really cool thing happened for me over the years that I was working with people in a one-on-one capacity and also in the classes I was teaching, where I started to notice that there were these 5 key archetypes that kept coming up over and over again. And it often really helped me to understand where a person was coming from, how they're really supposed to be using their energy in their life. And these 5 archetypes became like a guiding principle in my work. And I decided at some point to write down the profiles of these archetypes and put them out into the world. And it's been an incredible response since I did that. We've had over 100,000 people move through the quiz that's on our website that will tell you directly what your archetype is, and then we'll give you access to a completely free class about your archetype, as well as access to all of the classes about all the archetypes. But what I've seen is that when we can understand our Earth Healing Archetype, the archetype that we're here to embody, it just gives us so much clarity about who we are, why we're here, how we're meant to use our energy. I cannot tell you how many emails I've gotten over the years saying, whoa, this archetype just described me to a T, and now I understand myself in a way that I never understood myself before. And this is the thing about archetypes, right? Is that they carry this essential energy and imprint. And when we can just like reveal this archetype to our own self, when we can recognize the archetypical energies that we're carrying inside of ourselves, all these questions get clear. All these questions suddenly have answers. And I think this is a big thing that all of us are walking with on this planet at this time, is this question of, what am I here to do? What am I here to give? And the Earth Healing Archetypes, these 5 distinct archetypes, are here to help you tune into that answer, to see that answer, because there is an answer. And when we can understand the unique energy that we hold, that answer gets pretty clear. So if you're interested in finding out what your specific archetype is, you can head on over to the website and take the quiz. You'll be able to access the class about your archetype and the classes about all the different archetypes. But if you're interested in hearing about the 5 different archetypes, then stay tuned for that, because that's what we're about to go into. I'm about to describe each one of these 5 archetypes, and I have a feeling you're going to start to get a feel for which one is your archetype. And I'm curious, which one do you think is my archetype? I'm going to play this recording where I describe each one of the 5 archetypes, and then I'll tell you at the end which one is me.
You have come here to this earth for a reason. The earth requested your presence here because you have a specific gift to give. And when you can understand what your Earth Healing Archetype is, you can start to see what this gift is and how you're meant to deliver it to this planet. So this video is based on an incredibly popular quiz that I have on my website. Over 100,000 people have now taken the quiz and have found out what their Earth Healing Archetype is. But I wanted to take some time to talk about these 5 archetypes so that you can tune into them and figure out which archetype you are here to embody. Because when you can understand your archetype, you begin to understand what your gifts are, how you operate, and how these gifts are meant to be given here on this planet. So the first archetype is the archetype of the rainbow. Rainbow people are quick moving. They're very inspiration motivated. Rainbow people are here to receive inspirations from the divine. They have a very powerful connection with the upper world, with the angelic realm, with the realms of high inspiration and creativity. Rainbow people often have these powerful inspirations or ideas, and yet they might have trouble translating them into being. And the thing about rainbow people is that it's okay, because you're meant to be like a rainbow. You are meant to receive these divine insights, these flashes of inspiration, and be a little bit like a conduit, like a rainbow in the sky, bringing this light to other people, inspiring them, motivating them. And it's okay for you to let the details be taken care of by other folks, because you are here to inspire. You're here to uplift, and you're here to be this connection or this conduit between here and the divine. So are you a rainbow person? Are you enthusiastic? Are you highly inspired? Do you tend to be someone who enlivens a situation when you move into it? You might be a rainbow person. And if you're a rainbow person, then you know that it's okay to move from thing to thing quickly. It's okay to let your inspirations take you where they need to go, because this is how your gifts work in the world. Rainbow people tend to have very active minds and a huge intellectual curiosity, so let yourself be moved to explore what really excites you. It's okay to move from thing to thing, to be ephemeral with what you're engaging with, because it's really the energy of your excitement that is here to lift up the world. The second archetype is the old growth tree. So if you envision an old growth tree, you have your roots in the earth, but your crown reaches far up into the sky. And this is the truth of old growth tree people. They have the ability to see the wider perspective, to tune into forces of creativity and insight, but they also are able to bring it down to earth, to manifest it, and to bring it into being. Old growth people tend to be people who are good at planning and envisioning. This can often be a leadership type role. Old growth people are here on this planet to be a bridge between heaven and earth, to have grand ideas or have access to grand ideas, but also know how to implement them, how to bring them down to earth, how to ground them so other people can hear and respond to them. Old growth people tend to be drawn to philosophy, writing, visionary practices, scholarship. So if these are things that draw you in, imagine being in a library and gathering all these materials and then being able to put a new tome out into existence. That is very much something an old growth tree person would do. So if any of this is resonating with you, you might be an old growth tree person. You might be here to be a bridge. You might be bridges between people, between ideas, between concepts, to be able to connect to the ethers, but then also do the work to bring it into being, to ground it in this way. Old growth tree people are often wisdom keepers for their communities. So are you someone who tends to be drawn to wisdom traditions, to have wisdom just flow through you? Maybe a friend asks for advice and it just seems to be there. Old growth people tend to be old souls in this way and elders in this way. And old growth tree people are here to really anchor this wisdom here on this planet. The third archetype is the standing stone. So standing stone people are the people that make the world go round. Standing stone people are the gardeners of the world. They are the ones who like to make things with their hands, who are craftspeople, artisans. They are the ones growing food. They are the ones nurturing the family. They are the ones that are solid, reliable, practical, and yet at the same time have so much inlaid power and mysticism. So just like the standing stones of the British Isles, there's a solidity to standing stone people. They know how to take care of the details. They can really focus and hone in on the details. They can see things through until the completion. And yet, even within that solidity, there is this deep ability to peer into the intricacies of existence, to see and understand and work with the spirits of nature, to be a gateway into the hidden realms or the hidden realities. Standing stone people have this ability to gather and collect energy, just like standing stones in the landscape. They can gather, direct, and and really focus energy in certain directions, they are the ones that make things happen here on this planet. If you are not a standing stone, then you certainly have standing stone people in your life, and you know who they are because they are the ones that make your life possible. They're your rock. They're the ones that can take care of the details that maybe you forget or can't handle because they have so much capacity. If you are a standing stone person, your grounded energy is what makes the world go round, and it's what makes it possible for everyone else here to be in existence and to follow their own gifts. So thank you for everything that you do, and know that there is a deep mysticism to the way in which you ground and root here. So the fourth archetype is the vein of gold. Vein of gold people like to go deep. This is the realm of the unconscious, the psychologist, the shaman. Vein of gold people are drawn to the hidden aspects of existence. They're drawn to what's underneath the surface. Vein of gold people do not want to have a surface conversation with you. They want to ask you about your childhood trauma. They want to go into your deepest fears and your deepest desires. Vein of gold people move at a bit of a slower pace. They need to take things one at a time. They are often really good at understanding the unconscious motives of other people, and they can be very focused on this hidden realm of interaction with others. Vein of gold people make amazing psychologists, analysts, shamans, one-on-one practitioners, because they have this ability to see and perceive this other side of existence and work directly with the unconscious. Vein of gold people have a very prominent connection with the soul. Rainbow people are more interested in the realm of spirit, but vein of gold people, they like the soul, the grounded, the earthly, the descent, the deep journey. They're here to understand human consciousness, to understand how consciousness works and how it moves through the environment. So if you are a vein of gold person, you might be someone who's drawn to some of the more hidden or shadowy aspects of existence. It probably fascinates you, and that's for a reason. You are here to uncover what's hidden and to work slowly but surely in this realm of learning how to perceive what is there behind the screen and help others perceive it too. And our final archetype is the Wellspring. Wellspring people are like a spring bubbling up from the earth. They are here to bless the world by their presence alone. Wellspring people, their purpose in life is not to do anything. It's to be. They are here to bless this world through their energy. You know Wellspring people because the moment they walk in the room, it feels like you can take a deep breath. Wellspring people are like the sitting Buddhas of the world. They emanate well-being and goodness. And honestly, when they try to be someone who does a lot or accomplishes a lot, it can often feel like they're falling flat with their gifts. So if you are a Wellspring person, your gifts really want to function by you moving more slowly and by you recognizing that it's really just your presence alone that is the gift, that you're here to just cultivate this sense of well-being because you are someone who, when other people come into your field, you can affect them. You affect them with your positivity, with your presence, and with your groundedness. You are here to exemplify the medicine of non-doing, patience, and surrender. So to other people, it might look like you aren't doing as much with your life or that you're a late bloomer, but truly you're a wellspring, and it's your energy that is here to change the world. So I'm curious, which of these 5 archetypes resonated with you the most? Which one are you here to embody on this earth? And if you're not sure, definitely go take that quiz on my website. And if you want to know even more about your archetype, I have a whole class about each archetype on my website. All you have to do is once you finish the quiz, you can sign up with your email and you'll have access to all 5 classes. In the classes, I talk specifically about what your gifts are with this archetype, what the challenges are, how you're meant to move, the pace of life that will work the best for you, and what this earth is really asking of you, what it looks like when you give your gift to this planet. Because the earth wants to support you in uncovering who you are. The earth wants you to understand your archetype because you have a specific gift that you are here to bring at this time on this planet. And that gift, just like you, is incredibly precious.
I love revisiting these archetypes. I love hearing about them. I love hearing from people who embody them. This is one of my favorite things. And I'm curious, did you guess which archetype I am? Are you ready for it? I am an old growth tree. You might have guessed it. I am definitely an old growth tree and proud of it. And I've really been feeling this recently as I've been on this sabbatical, working on my next book, just really dropping into this old growth tree energy. And it's been so helpful for me. So if you end up going to the website and taking the quiz, I'd be super curious to hear what you end up getting, how that resonated with you. You can leave a comment, let me know, or you can head on over to my website, ageofsolar.com/remember, and leave me a voice note. My voice notes are open and I love hearing from y'all. So may this portal into your archetype be helpful. May this recognition of who you are really come and support you as you step into the next phase of your life and as you reconnect to the most important thing, remembering why you're here.